So today we're going to try something a little unusual for this program. We're going to try to play the role of peacemaker. And joining us in studio will be Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, a Republican from Colorado, and Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a congressman from Georgia. And I don't know if you've been following the careers of these two esteemed lawmakers, but they recently had a bit of a flare-up when Representative Green called Representative Boebert on the floor of the House of Representatives, which we all know is the place which is a model of decorum, called her a little bitch. Now, my dog, Francois, and I know some of you don't like him, there are times when I'm not crazy about him, but you should respect him because he's my dog. Remember that song, "Don't Go Kicking My Dog Around, I Don't Care If He Is a Hound"? Well, that's me. So Francois thinks calling somebody a bitch is a great compliment. Human beings, not so much. And it's not the word so much, it's the attitude behind the word. So if you call that to somebody, it's considered in refined circles to be somewhat of an insult. So she called her that because Representative Green, who was a true patriot, introduced articles of impeachment against Joe Biden. And she didn't go through committee. I think those articles, her proposal is going through committee now. She just went, just introduced this as a bill. Here I am, here's my bill. I want Joe Biden impeached. And she had very good grounds for impeaching him. It turns out that Joe Biden, contrary to what he has told people for years, it pains me to say because I kind of like the guy, turns out he's a Democrat. And that's enough for her to seek impeachment. And she's fully confident that it will go through, because what patriotic person doesn't think that a Democrat has no business being president of the United States? You remember, when I was a kid, Franklin Roosevelt was president of the United States. And he just escaped impeachment by dying. Harry Truman came along. He was another one of those Democrats, and he just barely escaped impeachment by defeating Tom Dewey in 1948. And I actually remember that election. True, I do. So, I know I'm older than I look. What do you mean? Okay, you, out. How did you even get in the door anyway? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, of course you work here. Well, I don't care. Out. So, then you had John Kennedy, another Democrat, and of course he, arranged to have himself assassinated so that he wouldn't be impeached. So you can see where this trend is going. So she stood up and she said, "Look, at Joe Biden he's not just he admits he's a Democrat. So I want him out of here." So that was, of course, the right thing to do. And the next day, Congresswoman Boebert introduces basically the same resolution. Same thing. Well, of course, she was right as well. But the problem was that Marjorie, Congresswoman Green, who's going to be here, was offended because she said that her Boebert's intentions were not, shall we say, very good. She meaning Marjorie, accused Lauren of introducing articles of impeachment just so she could get attention and just so she could raise funds because the end of the month was coming. Imagine that. If this was true, that is cynicism beyond cynicism. I've never seen Republican politicians be cynical before, so this will be a first. But this was the accusation that Congresswoman Marjorie, made to Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. And so it was so offensive to so many people that the Freedom Caucus which, you've got the word freedom in your name, you're pretty good. So this Freedom Caucus, which is a bunch of right-wing conservative, shall we say, very patriotic Americans in the Florida House, not the Florida, see, I'm from Florida, so this is why I make these mistakes from time to time, and I'm really old. So this group, this Freedom Caucus, said we will not tolerate that kind of language. Plus, they said, Marjorie has been hanging out with this Speaker of the House, an Irishman, and we think our job is to just be against everything and everybody, and we don't like the fact that on occasion McCarthy has actually gotten together with Democrats to do things like raise the debt ceiling, and they're furious about that, and I don't blame them. And so they said, you're going to be palsing around with the likes of Kevin McCarthy. And then you call this sterling character, this Lauren. Hi, Lauren. Yeah, she's here already. Yeah, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, those flowers are for you. That's right. Yes, they're yours. Yes. No, the silverware is not for you. But why did you bring that huge bag in here? And what's in there? I hear a lot of clanking and stuff going on. Are those my silver candlesticks? Take those out. You're a guest here. This is not a this is not a store where you just go and help yourself to things. Okay, no, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. Anybody could make that mistake. I have a lot of knickknacks around here. So, anyway, that Lauren would have to be subjected to that kind of scathing attack. But another member of their own Freedom Caucus was too much. So they threw her out. And then, these two have been not close ever since. So I've invited them both here today. We're going to patch this up so that true Americans can be proud of their Congress once again. So I think I hear some noise out in the other room, and it's like, oh my God, no, stop. Marjorie, hey, yeah, welcome. Please, let my secretary out of that chokehold. She didn't mean anything by it. No, let her go, just let her go, okay? Yeah, thank you. God, you okay? You okay, Sarah? Can you breathe? All right, no, don't make a big deal out of this. Just go make some tea or something. Okay, now, well, sit down, and I'm so glad to see you here. And shake hands with, no, stop pulling her hair. I mean it, Marjorie. You stop pulling her hair. Look, first, sit down. You just, I don't know, what happened with you with this violent streak? You're usually so mild-mannered and pacifistic. And here you've gotten my secretary in a chokehold. Some guy in a subway killed somebody with a chokehold, and now he's facing manslaughter charges. Is that what you want? I didn't think so. Because you had not only been kicked out of the Freedom Caucus, you might even have been kicked out of the, no, I was going to say you've been kicked out of the House, but you got to do a lot worse than that, I guess, for the Republicans to throw you out of the House. Even so, killing people is not a good thing to do, and pulling the hair of another congressman is not a good thing to do either. I expect both of you to keep your hands to yourselves, and Lauren, is that a knife? Yeah, give the knife to Henry. Henry, take her knife, please. Both of them. Just take both of her knives. Thank you. Okay. Now we're all together. We're unarmed. We're separated. We're friends again. And it's so nice to see you. So let's talk a little bit about these articles of impeachment, because I commend both of you for doing that. I think it's undeniably true that this Joe Biden is a Democrat. Plus, and I think both of you have pointed this out, we have a problem at the border. That there are people coming across this border who shouldn't be coming across. Plus, there's way too many people coming here seeking asylum. So, which reminds me, why haven't you done anything about that asylum bill that requires people to actually come to the United States to seek asylum? That's just a magnet. Not a maggot, a magnet. And all you have to do is change the law to say they have to apply to the American embassy in their home country, or if that's not available, like in Cuba, we no longer have an embassy there. Well, you can go to some other nearby country, and apply there. Yeah, like Colombia. So, that would be an easy fix. I haven't seen any of you introducing any legislation to deal with that. But I guess if you can impeach Joe Biden, it accomplishes the same result, right? They would all go away. this entire border problem would disappear if we would just impeach Joe Biden. But anyway, so I understand where you're coming from, and you certainly have a legitimate position, both of you. It's just too bad that you can't just sort of make this a joint presentation, the two of you together introducing these articles of impeachment, and then, Marjorie, you could take back the you're a little bitch comment, because even I think that was a little harsh. If I think it's a little harsh, it was real harsh. So do you want to? Here's your opportunity here. Do you want to say anything to Lauren here about she's also a what? No, that's the wrong direction. No. Let's try it. Lauren, just stay calm. No, I meant something saying like, I'm sorry that I called you that. And you're not that, and you're a warm and wonderful human being. I mean, that's what I was kind of looking for, not throwing another name in there. So I think that, oh my God, will somebody please pull Lauren off of Marjorie Taylor Greene? It's not a good look, and you're going to break something in here. This is not cage wrestling. Get the hose. Somebody get the hose over here. Get that fire hose that I keep for occasions just like this. Okay. Yes, let him have it. Good. Yeah, yes, we're going to have some civility here. All right. That worked. Okay, good. Would you ladies like to, you know what? Hey, we could have a wet t-shirt contest. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. Let's do that. Let's get some music here, some dancing. I'm sorry. No, you're right. There's no reason for me to be undignified. So forget the wet t-shirt contest. Throw them each a towel. Wrap yourselves around in those towels and stop that damn shivering, or I'll have to turn the air conditioning off, and I don't want to do that because it's Florida, which right now, ironically, is probably the coolest state in the country. We don't need to go there or discuss the global warming and all that sort of thing. Now, the main thing is to get these two women dried off so that they can shake hands. No, you know what? We're not going to have them shake hands. Let's just clear the air. Lauren, would you say something nice to Marjorie here and tell her that you think she's a wonderful American and you're sorry she got thrown out of the Freedom Caucus? That's it. Yes, you think she's a wonderful American, and you're not glad she got thrown out of the Freedom. That just undoes everything we're trying to do here. I'm sorry you got kicked out of the Freedom Caucus. And oh my God, now they're throwing things at each other. All right, you know what? We're going to have to terminate this thing. I'm sorry. The police are on their way. I don't know how that happened. I hate it when these things get out of hand. But listen, all of you who are watching, please don't draw the wrong impression. These people were just kidding. They really love each other. And most important, they're really patriots and they love America, except for the minorities, of course.